Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello everyone, I'm Karis. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is our astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, April 9th through Saturday, April 15th, 2023. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. We just had the full moon in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. And I just got the biggest kick out of the ending of the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. Now, Gwyneth Paltrow is a Libra, and I'm sure you've heard she won the trial. That was about who smashed into whom on the ski slopes. So she won. She only asked for $1. But after the trial was over, this is just so Libra-like. She goes up to the gentleman that she was in the trial with, and she wishes him well, and she smooths things over and wishes him the best. That is just so enchanting as far as Libra goes, because Libra wants to make peace. They want harmony. They want to smooth things over. They're a cardinal air sign of the zodiac, so they try to initiate this smoothing out diplomatic peace offering, and that's what she did at the end of the trial. So I just got the biggest astrological kick out of that, watching Libra at their best at what it is that they do as a cardinal air sign, which is to make peace and smooth things over. Now, the other thing I predicted around the full moon was that there would be a shocking, unexpected celebrity breakup, or breakups that you're hearing about in your own personal life. So we got the news that Sagittarius Taylor Swift, after being in a solid relationship for 6 years with her boyfriend, they called it quits. Now, Taylor Swift is a Sagittarius, and we're starting the week off with the moon in Sagittarius. Now, with the moon in Sagittarius, this cosmic superpower is the energy of, like Sagittarius, needing to roam, needing to go explore. The thing about Sagittarius is symbolized by half horse, half man. What that represents is that there will always be a certain untamed wildness about Sagittarius, which is one of the feral signs of the zodiac. The feral signs are Aries, Taurus, Leo, and Sag. And so here's Taylor Swift, and we're starting off the week with the moon in Sagittarius, which is the need, the collective energy is the need for something new, to go on a new travel, a new journey, moon in Sagittarius, to discover something new, especially in the area of perspective and philosophy, because Sagittarius is very philosophical. So when you look at something with fresh eyes, when you get a new perspective on something, this is the excitement and the happiness that Sagittarius, the moon in Sag today, April 9th, is looking for. Now, the thing about the moon in Sagittarius is they go exploring and they go a-traveling, so to speak, but the journey, it's not planned. It doesn't have a set destination. It doesn't have a fixed time frame. It's not controlled like the fixed signs of the zodiac. This moon in Sagittarius is that need, again, to just kind of roam around and go exploring. It could be in your own neighborhood. It doesn't have to be a far journey. The point of the journey with this moon in Sagittarius is to find some new inspiration. So this is how we're starting off the week. We're starting off the week with the moon in Sag, wanting to be free and to explore and discover something new. So I'm thinking of this in respect to the Taylor Swift breakup, because she is a Sagittarius, and there's always something about Sagittarius that needs that sense of, I've got to go on a journey of discovery and find something new to keep the fire, which is life and happiness and excitement, to keep that going. We all need this. But the timing of the breakup and how we're starting off the week is synchronicity. Now, when we start the week on Monday, April 10th, we still have the moon in Sagittarius. And I do have to say that the moon in Sagittarius making a fire trine flow to the sun exalted in Aries and Jupiter in Aries. These are very lucky aspects. Now, when we look at the component of luck, Sagittarius is very philosophical. So, is luck created? Do we put down the groundwork to attract what we would call luck in? Yes, of course. There's preparing for good luck to come to us. So energy moves in a spiral. It's like a boomerang. It comes back to us what we put out there. So the good deeds, the positivity, and especially with Sagittarius, the gratitude. The more we're grateful and trying to keep a positive outlook and mindset with everything that's going on in the world around us. As long as we keep that positive, grateful attitude, with the moon in Sagittarius making these gorgeous fire trine flows, especially the moon in Sag making a trine to its own ruler, Jupiter in Aries. This is the excitement of initiating, trailblazing, doing something new. So try something new. It will bring you that good luck feel at the very least, which is the energy, the cosmic superpower of how we are starting off this week. Now, for Tuesday, April 11th, the moon changes signs. The moon goes into her detriment in the sign of Capricorn. Now, the moon in Capricorn is in its exile. It's banished from the kingdom. It's the furthest away moon in Capricorn from its natural home placement of the moon in Cancer. So when the moon is in Capricorn, this is the trying to figure out how you really feel, what you really want, what you really need. The moon in Capricorn is discovering to begin with that you have needs. A lot of times with the moon in Capricorn, it's like, wait a minute, I have needs? Yes, you do. So with the moon in its detriment, the furthest away from being in touch with how you feel and what you need, take care today, because on the same day we have the sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Now, if you're hearing that this is the luckiest day of the year, it is not. It's the most bombastic day of the year, because Jupiter conjunct the sun in Aries, it's inflated, it's over exaggerated, it's an artificial importance. In other words, when we look at Jupiter conjunct the sun in Aries, this is the promoter, salesperson, supreme. You've got to be careful of this because the moon is in Capricorn. When someone oversells or they're making much more of something than what it truly is, this is the sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Pay attention to that moon in Capricorn, which is if you're not feeling secure and safe and it just doesn't feel right, don't buy the baloney, because keep in mind, Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. It's a giant gas planet. So instead of this being the luckiest day of the year, how about if we say the truth of what it is? It's the biggest flatulence day of the year. Just keep that in mind when someone is really pushing strongly with this sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Pay attention to that moon in Capricorn. It doesn't feel right because it's not authentic. Again, this component here, this aspect, sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries, it's artificial, it's fake, overblown, inflated nonsense. April 12th, we have the sun today at 22 degrees Aries. Now, 22 degrees Aries, it's a degree of doing the work, hard work, wanting to do the work and following through on the work. But today, the moon is still in Capricorn. Now, with the moon in Capricorn, this is a better day to plan the work as opposed to execute the work. So Capricorn, as we know, it's all about achievement and success and going to the top of the mountain. Capricorn is the mountain goat that can start with very humble beginnings, but they are going to go to the top of the mountain. Goat, greatest of all time. For this day, though, with the moon in Capricorn, plan your next moves. I've said this probably a million times. Watch a mountain goat scaling the side of the mountain. Every move is thought out so carefully, cautiously. This is Capricorn. Before they make a move to achieve their goals, this is a well thought out move and plan. And so the cosmic superpower for April 12th is to plan the moves. Don't execute, though. Thursday, April 13th, we have the 4th quarter moon at 23 degrees Capricorn. Now, this 23rd degree of Capricorn is a degree of deep wisdom that comes from the past, knowledge about the way things really are. Now, when we go to the 4th quarter moon, that's that crossing over doorway where we're now going 4th quarter to new moon. So this cycle of the moon is the releasing, the letting go, and very realistically with the 4th quarter in Capricorn, it's a very realistic look at what needs to go at this time in preparation for the new moon coming up. Now today the moon changes signs on the 13th. It's going to enter fixed air Aquarius, which is a mindset. The moon in Aquarius makes a lovely air trine flow to Venus now in Gemini. Now we had Venus enter Gemini this week, and Venus in Gemini is light, it's adaptable, it's open-minded, it wants new information, new knowledge. Love to a Venus in Gemini is, do we have a meeting of the minds? Can we talk? Can we communicate? Can we keep it light and freedom oriented? Venus in Gemini does not like the big, heavy, water deep, emotional conversations all the time. This will turn off an air sign pretty much faster than just about anything else. So with Venus now in Gemini and the moon in Aquarius making that air trine flow, the moon in Aquarius is saying, let's have a new mindset about the future. And Venus in Gemini saying, I'm all for it. Let's rock and roll here. Let's stimulate the brain. Because again, the moon is what we need. Venus is what we love, law of attraction. And so this is a nice light aspect here. Friday, April 14th, we have Venus in Gemini making a square aspect to Saturn in Pisces. Now, Venus square Saturn. Venus is taking a look at what are the blocks, what are the addictive patterns in relationships, not just love, all relationships, partnerships that have become detrimental because of addictions. Now, there are many forms of addictions. Addictions aren't just drugs and alcohol and the obvious. There can be an addiction to a negative attitude. Some people are addicted to angry. I'm sure you've met they're just an angry person in their life or something like that. There are many forms of addiction, but for Friday, April 14th, Venus wants it light. It wants to move. It wants to change things up. Gemini is the tension of the opposites. So the Venus in Gemini is restless, just like the moon in Sagittarius. And so the Venus in Gemini making this square to Saturn in Pisces is, if we don't lighten up and move things and change things up in the relationship, this now has become a serious block. Saturday, April 15th, Mercury enters its storm shadow period. That basically just means that Mercury is slowing down before it stations retrograde. And this is Mercury that we now have in Taurus. So with the Venus in Gemini ruled by Mercury, and then Mercury in Taurus, Taurus goes with Venus. This is a nice benefit. This is a nice little astrological cosmic superpower. This can really help you out and support you in the area of communication, negotiating deals, smoothing things over, of course, like Gwyneth Paltrow after the trial. Nice benefit there. So Mercury is slowing down its storm, its shadow, before it goes fully retrograde. And today we have the sun at 25 degrees Aries. Now 25 degrees Aries is a degree of attainment. It's going to the success, the highest potential of what you want artistically, creatively, spiritually. This is a beautiful degree. And with this beautiful supportive degree on Saturday the 15th, we have the moon entering Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, and the moon in Pisces makes a conjunction to Saturn now in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces, I've said this in other videos, Saturn in Pisces is like Darth Vader showing up to the domain of Jupiter, showing up to the party and saying, the party's over, kids. Any addictive issue here is going to be dealt with. It has to at this time. The moon in Pisces, which is so dreamy and creative and artistic, making this conjunction to Saturn in Pisces. This is about getting really real, Saturn, about what needs to go, because wanting to make your dream a reality. The moon is what we need. It's making a conjunction to the real planet Saturn. And so this conjunction is not only what needs to go. We are in fourth quarter moon cycle, which is the releasing in preparation of the new moon coming up. But the moon conjunct Saturn in Pisces is taking a realistic look at just what it's going to take to make your dreams come true, to make your dreams a reality. In this 25 degrees of Aries is so supportive of that, of make your dreams come true. Create that life, because life is an art in and of itself. Create that life that you dream about, but you got to get really real about it, especially in the area of Saturn and Pisces. What are the addictions? What are you hooked on that has become a block? It could be hooked on too much television, too much social media, whatever it is. What's stopping you from making your dreams come into reality? That's this aspect here. So this is our cosmic superpower for the whole week. And the theme of the week, because there's always like a thread running through the week. The theme of this week is we're starting off on Sunday with this sense of restlessness, boredom. The mind is tired. That's where boredom comes from. The mind needs something new stimulation. So that moon in Sagittarius says, come on, let's go traveling. Let's take a trip. Let's go exploring an adventure without a set plan, time frame, or destination. In other words, waiting for the inspiration to be there. It will be. It's always there. Then we go into some very exciting aspects, but one of them is just overselling. It's fake. That, of course, is the Sun conjunct Jupiter in Aries. Then as we get into midweek and start to close out the week, we have Venus having had change signs. So again, this is wanting to attract in people in relationships in a love where you're going to learn something new. You need new knowledge. What is the relationship bringing into the relationship where I'm learning something from them? This is Venus and Gemini, and this is what they love. They need to stay interested, or that Venus and Gemini can fly away like Peter Pan. Then we're closing out the week with, yes, Mercury slowing down, saying, okay, let's take a more thorough look at things. And that moon conjunct Saturn in Pisces is, I got to get really real, get my feet on the ground. Mercury in Taurus, and get really real, common sense about bringing your dreams into reality. This is a beautiful week. I love the aspects. Just don't buy the overselling. If something or someone is making much more of what it truly is, which this aspect, Sun conjunct Jupiter, be careful there. Pay attention to the moon in its detriment in Capricorn, which is, I don't feel safe. I don't feel right here. Have a fabulous week, everyone. I will see you all in the stars. Thank you.